We are joined today by Clint Surratt, your head football coach for the Panther Creek Panthers. How you doing today, Coach?
I'm doing great. I appreciate you having me on.
Well, you're welcome, Coach. So we've just hit the summer, which means you said goodbye to some of your seniors from last year, but it also means you got to see your underclassmen out competing in all the other sports and other UIL competitions. You got to see your kids in the weight room. So how'd the winter and spring go for Panther Creek?
Yeah, we're obviously in a little bit unique situation that we didn't have any seniors, and so we have a very unique situation with all 22 starters coming back. And as you know, Frisco ISD is growing so much, and we're high school number 12. We opened with freshmen, sophomores, and juniors this past fall. And so certainly what a unique experience for us as coaches to have everybody back. And our kids have been incredible during off season. We had a little bit of relative success, a taste of success of making the playoffs. And so we're super proud of that with making the playoffs without seniors. And so we feel like the future is really bright here at our school. And we've got a great coaching staff and great kids and great administration and support and everything else. And so our kids, like you mentioned earlier, are working really hard in the weight room. We've been very busy on the 7-on-7 circuit with our kids. And so future is really bright here.
So I'm not going to ask you who you lost graduation because you didn't lose anybody, but just kind of walk us through your team, who your key players might be, and in general, what you might look like on the fall and on the field this fall.
Yeah, it's just a strange situation to have everybody back, and we've got some really great players coming back as a program. I think our varsity finishing, we finished 3-8, 3-7 during the regular season, made the playoffs, and our freshmen were 8-2. So really excited about the direction of our program. As far as the players we've got coming back, I'll start with our captains. Miles Meldrum is a really talented receiver, plays tight end kind of for us, or not inline tight end, more of an H-back type kid. Great hands, great blocker. Just an incredible character, high character kid. Braden Eighth is another kid. He'll play center for us. He's coming back. He's kind of leader of that unit up front, a good player. Seth Bassoon is another O-line, D-line guy for us that plays a little both. Really strong physical player. And then our quarterback, Braxton Roberts, he'll be a senior, recent offer from Oklahoma Baptist, and he's had a really great spring.
So you're in 7-4 AD1. Kind of walk us through the other teams in your district and what you expect to see from them this fall.
Yeah, it's a strong district. You know, we've got obviously the powerhouse is Salina. They won the district last year. Dallas Carter, the 4D ISD schools between Dallas Carter, Wilmer Hutchins, Pinkston, North Dallas, and of course you got Ranchview and us in there. It's a really talented group. Obviously Salina, they had an incredible year last year, and so excited to be able to. We finished fourth last year in district. We feel like next year we have a chance to be able to compete for that district title, and excited to be able to take on the fall.
So you mentioned 7-on-7, and of course 7-on-7 is not real football, but kind of go through what you see the benefits of playing in the 7-on-7 state qualifying tournaments and state tournament, and from two perspectives. One's from an X's and O's perspective, but then from the second, just team cohesiveness.
Yeah, you mentioned that team cohesiveness part. That's obviously, with us starting a new program, it was very, very important for us to do as many things like 7-on-7 as we can. We've done several lineman challenges as well. But 7-on-7 is a great start for us. It allows our kids to go out, run around, most importantly, be together and compete. And that's what we want to see out there in 7-on-7. But a lot of people don't realize, when they open these schools, in the fall, we're trying to bring our kids together. And so it's very rapid and very quick. You're talking about we opened with some of our kids coming from Lone Star, Memorial, and then Trent and Stafford, so the middle school. So really 4 different schools, bringing kids in from 4 different places and pulling together and truly building a team and a program. And our all-season program has been a big part of that. And 7-on-7 is a huge asset to us. We feel like it helps our kids grow, get better at the skill part, the schematic part of what you mentioned earlier is great. But that's all. The most important thing is that they're around each other, learn to compete, and being a great teammate, and that's what 7-on-7 is about for us.
So you mentioned starting a new program, and kind of go through. It's a little different than just being a new coach at a place, because when you're a new coach at a place, there'll be some people around the athletics program that know where the restrooms are, know where all that is. Just kind of talk about the aspect of starting a new program from scratch not just the program, but being on a new campus, being on a facility where no one has any history.
Yeah, I will say this: the best thing about it is for us opening a new program is this is Frisco ISD's, I guess, 12th time doing it. So there's a bit of a blueprint there for success, and our administration here does an incredible job of supporting us, and we're at a place that people want to be. And so that was the big part of establishing our program is getting the right people in here. We've got an incredible football staff. My offensive coordinator Jared Kate does a great job. Defensive coordinator Ryan Wilson and our entire staff, and much like the kids. Our staff is kind of from all over the place. And so just as important as those kids coming together, it's about our coaching staff coming together and working together. And I think you'll see big strides in that as well for year two from our staff. But in terms of being able to order everything from helmets to the girdles to mouthpieces to all those logistical things of as you mentioned earlier, where's the locker rooms at and how to do all that. It's been a challenge, and it's been exhausting at times, but it's been well worth it. And just see the kids have success and truly buy into our program here has been incredible. And we've got a great facility here, and our kids are really bought in right now, excited about where we're headed.
And one of the phrases we hear around coaching is coaching tree. So had you worked with any of the coaches that you hired previously?
Yeah, I'd actually, it's funny because Coach Kate worked with him at Frisco Lone Star when I was there. And then it's ironic, but Ryan Wilson, who's my defensive coordinator, I actually coached him in high school. I know I'm getting old. And so when you're able to hire people, like that and great people and put them in positions of leadership and stay out of their way and let them do it, we've got great people here. And so, yeah, that's a unique thing. And then obviously we've got a lot of other great coaches, kind of some from in-house Frisco and then some from Austin area to East Texas to kind of all over the place. And it's been a really unique situation and a lot of fun.
All right. So you mentioned you've been around coaching a couple of years.
A little ways, yeah.
A little way. Based on your perspective, what would you say the biggest challenge facing high school athletics in Texas right now is?
Well, really, I think it just goes beyond even athletics. It's public schools in general and making sure that we celebrate and protect all the great things about public schools and all the recent things in the political world with making sure that we are properly funding schools and making sure that our kids and our coaches represent public schools in the best manner that we can. I know I'm a proud member of Texas High School Coaches Association, like most of the coaches in the state, and we've got great leadership with Coach Joe Martin and Glenn West, and I know they do a tremendous job of protecting and promoting all the great things that we do in athletics here and making sure that we keep it that way, because that's what makes our profession and what we do in Texas high school football and athletics in general really, really special. It's not like this in other states. And so we need to protect what we have with athletic periods and all that goes along with making this place really special.
You mentioned the THSCA. Go a little into at least your perspective of what they do on that front in terms of legislative action and keeping you guys informed and calls to action and that kind of thing.
Yeah, like I said, we've got great leadership with Coach Joe Martin and Glenn West, and they do a great job of promoting and protecting what we have. And that's our coaching association. I don't know the number. It's a pretty big number. We'll find out. I'm obviously going this summer to Houston, like I think about 20,000 other coaches. But we'll get some updates on some of those things that we're mentioning that are going on in the world with the legislation and stuff like that. But more than anything, I think those guys do a tremendous job of just protecting and promoting all the great things that high school athletics does for kids all across the state.
All right, so let's go from like a big picture heavy topic to let's get a little more fun, maybe learn a little bit about Clint Surratt. What would you say your number one guilty pleasure is?
Oh man, guilty pleasure. I'm a sweets guy. I like candy. That's if you know me, you probably I'm always snacking on some cherry sours or some Sour Patch Kids or something like that. So my dentist doesn't like it, but I'm definitely a candy guy.
All right, Coach. Well, thank you very much for your time today. Best of luck as you work through the summer and into the upcoming season.
Awesome. Appreciate your time today, and go Panthers.
And for our YouTube viewers, if you like this video, hit the like button down below. That really helps with the algorithm on YouTube and get this video in front of more eyes. If you like what we're doing with this series in general, subscribe to the channel, hit the notifications. You'll be notified every time we post a new video.
LoneStarGridiron.com. Access the complete history of Texas high school football, over 100 years of information, win-loss records, coaching histories, individual stats, records, and more. Lone Star Gridiron, the authority on Texas high school football.